So I think we're all aware of Fortnite and how popular it is. I think we're all aware that it is the biggest game on the planet right now, so... And if you are aware of that, you're also aware of how popular the emotes and the dances and things like that are in the game. These things generate billions of dollars in revenue. Millions of people get on and buy these things pretty much every month, really. Shit, I can guarantee there's people out there who buy every single one. Every time a new one comes into the item shop or something, I know there's probably people who buy it regardless. So these things are making a fuck ton of money, and we're all aware of them pretty much. They've gone viral. Some of them are based around popular dances and popular culture, references to movies, dances like the Millie Rock, and of course the default dance, I can't remember what show it's a throwback to, but it actually does call back to some TV show. So there's a lot of these pop culture references and stuff in the game with all these different dances and emotes and stuff like that. Well, it's official. These dances that have gone popular and have been put into Fortnite through Epic Games, this is now spurring lawsuits. As a matter of fact, 3 high-profile cases have now been filed against Epic Games over, I guess, copyright infringement or something along those lines. I'm not really sure what they can honestly sue for, but 3 people are currently suing Fortnite, and of course, people like Chance the Rapper have spoken out about these dances and stuff in the past. So the first announcement came out a few weeks ago that 2Milli, I have no idea who that is actually. Who is this? Let's check this out. Apparently 2Milli is a rapper. Oh, he made the Millie Rock. That makes sense. I'm a fucking idiot. Anyway, 2Milli, who made the Millie Rock, he was the first person to actually sue Epic Games because obviously the Millie Rock is in Fortnite, so I guess he found a reason to sue. The second lawsuit actually came from Alfonso Ribeiro, who actually was from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He played Carlton Banks, who did the iconic Carlton dance that has now also shown up in Fortnite. And the third person to sue is the Backpack Kid, who I have no idea who this is either. This is insane. Apparently, he claims ownership over the popularized floss dance technique that he built his career off of and gained millions of followers from, which is obviously the floss in Fortnite as well. So these 3 people who have had their popular dances or whatever taken by Epic Games have all banded together to actually sue them over the dances actually being in Fortnite. So here's the problem with their lawsuit. Number 1, you cannot trademark a dance move, okay? Any physical movement of the body, really, you can't copyright that. You can't claim ownership over a movement. That's like saying if the first person to ever discover walking copyrighted it way back in the day, no one else could use walking in pretty much anything. And the dance is the same thing, really. I mean, a dance is just a glorified movement of the body. It's something that everyone can do. It's a copyright that you can't really enforce anyways. It's ridiculous. It's not something that you can actually legally copyright or trademark or anything like that. I don't really know how they're planning on suing somebody for something that they can't legally say that they owned. I mean, that's the basis of their whole lawsuit, is them saying, hey, I made this dance, I popularized it, therefore it's my creation / my property, and this company, Epic Games, in their video game that now is making more money than I can ever imagine having, has used my dance that I claim credit of. So that, to me, sounds like they would sue for copyright infringement, but like I said, there is no legal copyright move that you can actually put on like a dance, so it just doesn't really make much sense. There's no way they're going to win this lawsuit, and if they do, that's going to be horrible because everyone's going to be suing everyone for everything. I mean, if you can copyright a movement of your body, at that point you can copyright literally anything, and it's just going to strike down fair use of parody. I mean, if you look at a lot of these dances, they're not exactly the same, especially in the instance of the Carlton. They added a whole other sequence into that emote. I mean, yeah, it kind of looks like what Carlton did on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and stuff, and it, you know, it's pretty much derivative of it, I guess. But they also added the whole other little sequence into the dance, so it's not really exactly the same. And on top of that, they're not using anyone else's copyright. So I don't see a way this will win in court, but if it does, I think at this point, fair use, parody, things like that, it's pretty much all out the window. So this is an important lawsuit. These 3 suing Fortnite, that this is going to end up being a very important precedent set. And here's the funniest part of it all, because I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, or, well, unfortunately, I can't show the clip now that I think about it, because this is all TMZ's property, and they love to copyright strike, as I learned the other day when I tried to show a clip of Soulja Boy. So unfortunately, I can't show you the clips, but I will link them down below, and I will title them, that way you can look at them. Anyways, What's funny about this is Backpack Kid is the third person now to sue Fortnite because they used his quote-unquote floss dance, okay? Now what's funny is just a few months ago, okay, back in like June, he was at Fortnite's Party Royale, and then on top of that, there's literally a video of him where he says that them using his dance is not that big of a deal, he's just glad that it's in the game altogether. So a few months ago, okay, he's completely cool with it being in the game, right? Yeah, I love that it's in the game, I'm just excited to see that it made it. And then someone tells him like, hey dude, are you aware of how much money Fortnite's making out here? And he's like, oh, wait a minute, they used the dance that I made up like a couple months ago. Shit, I'm trying to get my hand in the cookie jar too. I'm trying to make $18 billion or something ridiculous off a suit, you know? That's all that this comes down to, man. These three people, like, especially with like 2 Milli, man, I haven't ever even heard of him before, really. I guess he's the one who came up with the Milli Rock. I kind of just learned this. I guess that makes sense with his name, but even then, has this guy ever charted or anything? Has he ever made anything that wasn't the Milli Rock famous or popular? Has he ever dropped like a #1 Billboard album or anything? Alfonso Ribeiro, I don't know what he's done since like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and whatnot, but like I haven't heard of him being in any shows or anything since then. I didn't even know the Backpack Kid even existed. Like these three people, I only know one of them, and that's because he was on a show that was airing before I was even alive. The one dude just sounds kind of like a one-hit wonder to me. I mean, just, oh, I made the Milli Rock, he's gonna go down as that guy, you know? But these three people all look like they could really benefit from some of that Epic Games change, you know what I'm saying? This lawsuit is only about that money. I mean, especially when the Backpack Kid, I'm pretty sure he killed his whole lawsuit anyways with that video clip from a few months ago, but these people don't actually care about the dances being popular and people enjoying them, right? They only care that they think they can make a little bit of money off of this lawsuit. And in their defense, okay, if I was running Epic Games, I definitely would have paid them for using the dance after, you know what I'm saying? I'd have given them like 5%. Fuck, I wouldn't have given these fools 5% now that I'm thinking about it. Imagine like the most popular emotes and like the battle pass and stuff, that's making them like 400 million or something. I'd give them like maybe 1 to 2%. Just because, like, hey, good looking out, you made this dance, and I'm using it kind of thing. But I can totally understand Epic saying, fuck you, you don't own the copyright, you don't own anything behind that dance, you can't trademark a dance move, therefore it's fair game for us to use. I can totally understand that. And yeah, it might sound a little bit shitty, like, oh my god, Epic Games can't spare them some of the money that they made off of the dance and whatnot. But they're not legally obliged to, and they're a business. Like, you have to think about it like that, too. Do you honestly think that if a court isn't making them just hand out fucking hundreds of millions of dollars to these people that they've taken dances from and put in their game, do you honestly think that if a court isn't forcing them to, that they're just gonna do it out of the kindness of their heart? That just isn't really how a business works. That's probably why I don't run Epic Games, because I would try to be that nice guy, I feel like, or maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I'd be an asshole, too, and say, go, you know, kiss shit. But there is no real lawsuit here. There's just, I don't see a case. And if this case somehow does push through and it gets won by these three, I mean, you can pretty much kiss fair use goodbye. You can, everything's gonna be copyrighted, it's gonna suck. Like, this is just a horrible precedent to set in a courtroom. It's only being done for money. There's no reason for these people to be getting really this upset over it, I guess. And like Backpack Kid even said, he wasn't upset about it till he saw the dollar signs that lit up in front of him. Then all of a sudden it was a big deal, I gotta sue. But I don't think this will be the last lawsuit at this point, now that it's getting so much press coverage. 3, I guess, high-name court cases have been filed against Epic. I definitely expect more lawsuits to come, really. I mean, if people are seeing that money that they can have just by filing this lawsuit and winning it, you know, I definitely believe that there's going to be more cases coming out. But just imagine if every dance and stuff like that actually became copyrighted. It would suck. The world would be horrible, man. Like, can you imagine doing a dance and then being sued for copyright infringement? It doesn't make sense. And this isn't going to benefit anybody but people with money. I mean, like, these guys, like, they have no reason really to be worried about this except for the money. So anyways, that's going to be it for today, you guys. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're brand new around here. Tell me what you think about this below, because this just seems weird. I don't know if I'm the only one really who kind of sees this for what it is. I've seen a few other like videos and articles that kind of call it out, but I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong to say that something that isn't copyrighted should be left alone and you can't really sue for it, you know? Let me know down below. Follow me on Twitter @SubToOptimus. Join that Discord down below. Thank you to my channel members for your $5 a month. Your support helps me tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, copywriting his dance moves, and signing out.